can help, I'm really glad to do it.
That's about the way I feel about it, too.
You know, Dick, I'm sort of a little nervous.
All right, now, everybody sit down. Make yourself comfortable. That's good, Peggy. Sit down. Yeah, right, great. Now, just relax. We're about ready to go. Okay, good.
Well, I guess we'll be talking about pronunciation.
No, Peggy. The word is not pronunciation. It's pronunciation.
Hello, I'm Ned Blandford, and with a little help from my friends, Peggy, Dick, Lucy, Bob, I'll start the discussion. Bob, give us an example of a pronunciation problem.
Exact usage is important for effective communication.
What did he say?
Pardon me?
I said exact usage is important for effective communication.
No, Bob really isn't a sound smudger, but you probably know people who are. Sound smudgers are fairly common. So are word grunters. Lucy, would you please demonstrate?
Grunters don't make individual sounds clearly.
Right. Grunters don't make individual sounds clearly. They don't articulate. Sound smudgers run words together by dropping sounds. Grunters and smudgers often substitute one sound for another. Sound smudgers and grunters aren't born. They're made. People who have pronunciation problems have them because they're nervous.
In a lot of dog shows.
And people become smudgers or grunters because they are shy.
He knows a lot of
Really
tricks.
going places.
So, I have a dog. His name's
And people
Jocko.
smudge and grunt words
He's a
just
French
from
poodle.
carelessness.
He likes
One way
bark
to
a
improve
lot.
your general
He knows all the
pronunciation
very
is to speak
tricks.
with your mouth open.
So then I said, who is he?
Don't talk through your teeth. Open your mouth.
So then I said, who is he?
Because I'm not going to let you copy my homework.
Practice letting your jaw work, too. Practice using your tongue and lips to form words.
Of course I'm not going to let you copy my homework.
Gonna?
Oops, I mean going to.
Any pronunciation problems are not as easily recognized as simple smudges or grunts. Let's take a word. Peggy, how would you say it?
Nuclear.
Say it again, Peggy.
Nuclear.
Wrong. Not nuclear. Nuclear.
I did not say nuclear.
You didn't? Let's listen to it again.
Nuclear. Well, I guess I did say nuclear.
Saying nuclear for nuclear is a good example of transposing sounds. Transposing sounds is fairly common, as with this word.
100.
No, not 100. 100. You transposed a sound.
Right, and transposing sounds can be a fairly common pronunciation problem.
Hydrogen.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Not hydrogen. You transposed the R sound. The word is pronounced hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Lucy, how about this one?
Jewelry.
How about jewelry?
I think that's wrong. You transposed the L sound.
Right. Jewelry is wrong. Jewelry is correct.
Why do people do that?
Do what?
Transpose sounds?
I know, fella. Because people never listen to themselves.
Right. Listening to yourself is important. Listen to what Bob just said.
I know, fella.
Saying fella instead of fellow is incorrectly changing sounds within words. It's like saying kin for can, catch for catch, Earl for oil, Goyle for girl.
How about saying picture for picture?
Another very good example.
Saying another for another is a better example.
Did I say another? Another. Very good example. I guess I did.
What you mean, then, is that most pronunciation problems happen because people fool around with things like sound.
Exactly. It's like you're dropping the D from around and sound.
What'd I say? People fool around with things like sound.
Come on now, aren't you being a little picky?
No, because poor pronunciation can interfere with effective communication. Take a simple sentence.
I beg your pardon, but what did he say?
Great. We can use that as an example. Now drop some sounds.
I beg your pardon, but what'd he say?
See? People often increase pronunciation problems. If someone drops or adds sounds in one word, they tend to do it in others. We can see how dropping sounds can confuse your listener and interfere with communication.
Environment.
You left out an N, not environment. The word is environment.
Belong, that's belong.
No, there's an E in there. Belong. Belong.
Length.
What about the G? Length.
Literature.
Right. I was sure he'd say literature without the sound.
But I didn't. Once I had trouble with it, but not anymore. Once I had trouble with it. What happened now?
You added a sound.
Not once, just plain once is correct.
Ah, once.
And that brings us to the last type of common pronunciation error we're going to deal with, adding sounds.
Statistics.
You added a sound. Not statistics, but rather statistics.
Sherbert?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, I see. I added an R. Sherbet.
Across. Oh, no, wait a minute. Across.
And that's how it is. The whole key to good pronunciation is to use the right sounds. Don't transpose sounds.
Not nuclear, it's nuclear.
Don't change sounds.
Not another. Another.
Don't drop sounds.
No, not length. Length.
Right. And don't add sounds.
Wait a minute. Not across. Across.
In other words, what we need to do is find the correct way and say it.
Right.
Now I suppose you're going to put in a plug for the dictionary.
Right again. The dictionary is important because a lot of words are not pronounced as they look. For example,
Suit.
No, sweet. It's a French word.
How about Worcester? Is it French?
Nope, English. Worcester is correct.
And Worcestershire is also correct.
your own patterns of pronunciation will depend upon what is acceptable to people with whom you talk. But if you make it a habit to rely upon the dictionary, you won't be wrong. Then besides using the dictionary for pronunciation guides, there are other things you can do to improve your pronunciation. Listen to yourself. Listen to other people. Listen to new words. Listen to old words. But listen.
What else can we do besides listen to people?
Well, you can make a list of words that cause you trouble.
You mean mischievous words.
Exactly.
Mischievous can be the beginning of my list.
And it can start my list, too. And I can add library to my list.
Not library. Library.
I probably should make a list, too. What did I say? What did I do?
You changed the second B to an L. It's not probably, it's probably.
And if you added the few words we have just talked about, you would all have pretty good lists. Now that you have your lists, the next step is to
Practice. Pronunciation.